Hi everyone, Sarah here again today to share another layout with the Take Me Home kit from Mercy Tiara Kit Club. I have got my new one, but I'm having such a hard time leaving this kit. I still have so much to play with. And I should be dropping a unboxing video if I haven't already by the time you see this. But I'm starting this layout with that pretty paper from Simple Stories. It's called Lick the Spoon. Name's hilarious to me. But instead of ripping, because I have a horrible time ripping paper, I always leave too much white on the edge. It agitates me. So I just cut it all wonky and then rough it up with my fingernail. The other layer I'm putting there is Kiss the Cook. I tried to use a scrap, but I cut it the wrong place, so I'll use it on something else. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one wonky and add it down, and I'm going to go ahead, I know these are the papers that I want to use, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere them down, but leave plenty of room so I can shove things under, because I have an idea of something I want to do, and I wanted to make sure I could do it. Now this picture, you guys can't really see it, and at the end with the close-ups you'll be able to, but it's my oldest daughter holding my hand. And for me, with her growing, and I know there's a lot of mamas and daddies out there that know as they get older, they stop wanting to do that stuff with you, and they stop wanting to let their mama hold their hands. And this is just about how I will do this as long as she'll let me. And I managed to snap a picture while we were out hiking one day where she had just grabbed my hand, and it meant something to me. I wanted to keep a picture of it, showing where she's still my little girl, whether she's growing or not. Anyways, sorry. I went ahead and cut that frame in half. And I tucked it underneath after putting my photo in it. And then I pulled out pieces from the Farmstead Harvest ephemera pack and the Pink Fresh Studio Garden Bouquet chipboard frames, and started playing with those, layering them back and forth. I'm pulling the backing off the back of the chipboard frames. That way they're not sticking to anything. And then I'm like, hey, I can still use this other side of the frame and use it for something else. And so I'm going to keep that scuffed up area between the two sides of the picture frame and build on from there. And you saw me go ahead and cut that chipboard frame from the Pink Fresh frame sets. I just cut the yellow and used it because the purple blue color didn't really go with this layout. So I'm going to use that. Here I finally decided I want to start putting things down, and it's easier to when things don't always move. So I went ahead and added tape, and I'm going to add my photo. So I can go ahead and add that and start adding a few of the things down, tucking things a little easier and everything. I had my little dish full of different pieces that I had pulled out and left on my desk from different projects. And I'm like, I'm going to use a bunch of those. So I'll use a bunch of those on here too. Not all of them, but I'll use a bunch. I decide I can make a cluster inside the frame on the other end. So I'm scuffing things up, adding some little pieces from the paper. Oh, it was a cut apart paper in the kit from Simple Stories. I went ahead and cut pieces out of that previously for another layout. It's just the journaling embellishing paper. And so I used some of those. Here is just a little piece of ephemera from the journaling bits from What's Cooking from Simple Stories. And I'm going to go ahead and actually stick this to the layout so that it doesn't move anymore. And I can't change my mind after this. So, and you see I accidentally messed up a little bit and put it up a little higher, but I hadn't put this side down, so it's okay. You'll see me scuff the inside up a little bit. But I made sure to leave room to tuck my stuff underneath. Just made a little mark with my nail, scuffed it up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that tag underneath the side of the flowers there. Add that frame, and then I've got that little the little tag that I had cut out from the journaling page. It says delightful on it. And I try to mess with things here and there. Here I'm finally going ahead and gluing it down. I'm going to glue down the frame and the tag itself. And I just am not done with that area. I know I'll find more. I keep trying to use that tag right there. And it does end up going on this side. And there I had taped down so much that I realized, oh, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this frame, which is fine because I keep like every little piece. So I'll find somewhere to stick it or use it later. I go ahead and start layering the frames up again and trying to find different things that I might want to use. I've had already cut out some of the cut files for this month, and so I'm cutting those apart and tucking them underneath. I keep trying to use my tweezers, and it just is not working for me. I use them for all sorts of other things, but not with this, apparently. So that right there says thankful. And I go ahead and I do add that, not in the place that it is now. And then I grabbed those rub-ons and just started rubbing, even with the other things over it. I just went ahead and started rubbing. Now, my tweezers worked there because I had lost my tag underneath the side of the frame. But I go ahead and add these rose ones as well. These rub-ons are so beautiful and they work so well. It doesn't matter if there's texture on the page or what. They just work. They go down. I went ahead and added these two pieces of the cut file down. You saw I just ripped a piece off of it at one point. Went ahead and added the tag on top and then decided I was going to go ahead and move on and start actually sticking these frames down on the right-hand side. The foam one, or the vellum one, not foam. I decided just to put a couple dots on for the fact that I didn't want it to show. And of course I bunched it up at first, but I got it to lay down flat. And I went ahead and cut that off a little bit, and I will stick that in there. I got to cut it a couple times to get it to where I want it. If you notice at some point, I just am kind of like, I'm going to stick things down and they're either going to work or I'm going to figure it out, because I didn't mess with that too much. I stuck it down and I left it. And now here I am trying to figure out what else I'm going to add. I want to use all the pretty rub-ons. I want to use everything, really. That's pretty much what it is. I want to use everything and I can't, and I know it. But like I said, I wanted to use the rub-ons. I'm going to find somewhere to put some more of them. So I found a place down here that it worked perfect. More florals. It's pretty. And so I went ahead and added those, rubbing over things. And believe it or not, even though there was other things there and rubbing those, rubbing on top of the other pieces, it still let the rub-on stick to the page. So that was awesome. You see me trying to use the other gold part of that frame that I cut up over there. I grabbed a couple more of the cut files and cut them up a little bit and layered them over here on this side as well. Trying to think. Oh, right there is a little vellum piece from the Farmstead Harvest collection, and it says change is a beautiful thing. And it is. I know she's growing, like I said, and it's a beautiful thing. But I still love that she's my baby, and I will keep it that way. And she tells me constantly, I'm not your baby, Mom. But she'll always be my baby, even though she's not the youngest. So I went ahead and put that there. I cut another little vellum tag and tucked it underneath the side just to add a little bit of yellow down there by those florals. I put a rose that I had fussy cut out inside that happy white frame and stuck a leaf underneath it. I'm going ahead and adding some of the hearts from the rub-on sheet. And I'm just rubbing with my nail now, and they're just transferring perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and clean up here. And I'm going to pull out my typewriter. And I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling. I'm not going to make you watch all of that. I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to adhere it below the picture frame. The first place I put it, I don't know. I look at it and I put it in places and I'm happy with it. And then I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to move it. And that's exactly what I do. See, I start here. And for me, even looking at it now, it's like, why did I leave that big gap underneath the picture? It doesn't look right. It needs to be elsewhere. And so when I actually start sticking it down, I move it underneath the photo because to me, it just looks better there. So I go ahead and I do that. I will bring out my Prima metallic watercolors and I will splatter the layout with those. And that's what I'm getting ready to do now. I really need to clean off my stamping block. Anybody else do that? Just leave their paint from when they were splattering? That's horrible. I need to not do that. But I got to go clean it. But I decided to use my metallic paint and use gold instead of black splatters because I thought it would look better on this. And I come back in and I put some of the beautiful sequins that go with this kit. I love them. I could probably use them on everything. And I love the fact that they're in every kit, different ones and exclusive to the kits. It's awesome. Here you'll see the close-ups and the finished photos. And make sure to check out Mercy Tiara Kit Club. Check out Gathered and the new kit. And I hope you come back. I hope you enjoyed this video and you have a great day. Bye.